Hello and welcome back to my channel for a part two. We are talking about Eleanor Roosevelt and how she held silent power. And even after the death of her husband, Franklin D. Roosevelt, she did not let any of those emotions affect what her mission was. She was very focused on her mission. This is a true humanitarian, a true pure hearted, kind woman who was completely erased of half of the things that she did that was hidden because women, we have silent power. Men know that. And that's why they have their narcissistic tendencies because we make them feel little. But if they were really confident in themselves and embraced their own femininity without being flamboyant, I'm talking about straight masculine men, then everything would be okay because life would be all balanced out. But this world is so fucked up. Men are so fucked up. Women are even worse because they rather satisfy themselves to be second place or second choice or booty calling or whatever, all for things instead of actually becoming somebody. With that being said, let's get back to part two of Eleanor Roosevelt. So, within the system, Eleanor Roosevelt does not occupy the role of as sovereign ruler. She functions as a witness conscious figure, one who observes, absorbs, translates, and applies pressure without over domination. Her power position inside the structure, outside the throne. Eleanor Roosevelt held proximity to the highest executive authority without becoming subsumed by it. By the way, if you did not watch part one, excuse me, please go to my page and watch part one. This is regarding Eleanor Roosevelt. She maintained independence of speech, movement, and moral stance. This allowed her to influence outcomes while remaining uncontaminated by political compromise. Method of operation, translation rather than control. Rather than issuing commands, Eleanor Roosevelt translated lived human suffering into language institutions were forced to acknowledge. Her power lay in persistence documentation and refusal to disengage. Do not look at my nails. I'm waiting on some really good ones that I can use because I can't do that crazy glue thing. And I was using the beetle glue, and that comes out a lot. I'm constantly cleaning. My hands are constantly in water, and I'm frustrated. And I really do not want to spend $65 every 2 weeks going to a nail salon. I have the money, I could do it, but I just refuse not to spend it in that shit. So, all right, fuck yourselves if you care what my nails look like, because I honestly don't. Timing authority, post throne ascension. In the system, true authority, let me fix this because my hair is always messing with this stupid thing. In the system, true authority often activates after formal title ends. Eleanor Roosevelt's greatest influence emerged after the presidency, when she helped codify human dignity into international law. Threat profile why she could not be neutralized. She could not be removed, discredited, or dismissed because her authority did not depend on office, popularity, or enforcement. She represented ethical inevitability rather than political ambition. System verdict is that within this framework, Eleanor Roosevelt is classified as a structural witness, a figure whose presence permanently alters systems by exposing what they attempt to hide. She did not rule history, she constrained it. Excuse me. All right. Archetype classification. Within the witness system, Eleanor Roosevelt does not register as a queen, empress, or a matriarch figure. She aligns instead with the witness authority archetype, a role defined by observation, endurance, and moral pressure, rather than command. This archetype functions as a mirror to power, exposing truth without seeking dominance. Authority location. The witness system distinguishes between visible authority, throne, title, and office, and embedded authority, conscious timing, and inevitability. Eleanor Roosevelt operated entirely within embedded authority. She remained inside the structure of the empire while standing outside its moral corruption. This positioning allowed her to influence outcomes without being absorbed or even silenced. Operational function is that Eleanor Roosevelt's primary function was to witness what institutional power refused to see and to make avoidance impossible. She absorbed human suffering directly, translated it into policy language, and applied continuous pressure through documentation and persistence. Post throne activation is that in the witness system, true authority often activates after formal title dissolves. Eleanor Roosevelt's influence is intensified after Franklin Roosevelt's death, when dependency on proximity power ended and her independent signal strengthened. This marked the ascension phase of witness archetype. Threat profile and historical softening. Figures classified as witness authorities are difficult to neutralize because they do not rely on force, popularity, or permission. As a result, historical narratives often find their image emphasizing kindness and compassion while minimizing structural disruption. System verdict to this is that within the witness system, Eleanor Roosevelt is categorized as a structural witness, a presence that permanently alters systems by exposing what they attempt to hide. She did not rule history, she constrained it. Why did I choose Eleanor Roosevelt, you must ask? Well, I didn't choose Eleanor Roosevelt as an example. Spirit chose Eleanor Roosevelt. And there are many archetypal women who have done much more than what history truly announces their accomplishments to be. And it is extremely sad how women hold the motherfucking wisdom, but we are suppressed into needing and wanting and waiting on a man to get things done, to ask questions, to get the answers. No, we are better than the FBI, better than the CIA, better than any investigator that there could ever be on this planet. We have extra body parts. We carry children. We are very intuitive and clairvoyant. We are very empathetic as well. But when you suppress all of your emotions because you want to continue the wheel of fortune, hamster wheel, karma loop over and over again, instead of flipping the switch and doing something different and actually repenting and following a godly life, then you're just going to continue on suppressing your own powers because you want to be with a man that doesn't even know his own identity, and even sexually. So, with that being said, thank you for listening to my documentary regarding Eleanor Roosevelt. She is a very good example of what a first lady should truly be. And she reminds me a lot about Lady Diana, even though we know that it's all a movie and all kinds of things. It's just archetype figures. And I totally see myself as an Eleanor Roosevelt, but I am a Gianna Martinez, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my roots. I'm proud of my spirituality. I don't need to throw hexes. I don't need to do witchcraft on anyone to get anything or to be happy. I don't even think about my frenemies or my enemies or my past family members. I don't think about any of that stuff. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on where I need to be. I'm trying to keep things in order here at my sister's house, repair a few things in the meantime. I know this is not my permanent place, and that's a fact. So, with that being said, just know that silence is power. And that is why I haven't really been on here much speaking, because They're using my words and twisting it and recreating videos on certain things to try to make me look bad. Just like they are bashing a video of me in an intimate moment that I sent to somebody, and apparently that asshole sold it to one of his friends, and his friends sold it to something else, and it's yeah, it's one of those moments. But ask me if I fucking care. I don't care. One day you'll just all see me in the cover of a magazine butt ass naked anyway. Not spread eagle, because I'm not vulgar like that. I'm proud of my body, and I don't resent and regret anything that I did in the past. At the end of the day, everything that happens in the dark comes to light, right? I did those videos, I sent those videos, and they did what they did because that's just how men are. They're assholes, most of them, and they know it. And they even agree to knowing it, and they even speak on knowing it, and they even sing about it. They're fucking assholes. That's where God steps in. You can't be an asshole all the time. Sometimes God will pinch your butt cheek really hard and wake you up. Anyways, with that being said, this video was long. I love you. I'll see you around.